Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be talking about my BBL experience. I actually have some notes on my phone, and I'm gonna start off by telling you guys what I recommend. Okay, so what I do recommend you having for sure, cause I would search up all the time, like before my BBL, like, do I need foams and boards? And like some people would be like, oh, like you do need them, and then some people would be like, oh no, like it's optional. And like where I went, like they did not explain to me that I needed boards or foams. Like they did not explain that. They just told me to take like a tank so I won't get faja. But I definitely recommend foams and boards. And I'm gonna put like insert pictures of which ones I recommend, because the foams that I got, they were terrible. Like I do not recommend those. I'm gonna show you guys which ones I got and which ones I recommend. So I'm gonna be like just inserting the pictures. I also recommend a urinal because like the first, I want to say like first or 2 weeks, you do not want to be taking off your faja. Like you can have to take it off for your massages, but it's a hassle. Like it's painful, especially like to put it back on and stuff. So get a urinal because your faja will have like an opening in the bottom, and you're gonna need help for sure. Like someone's gonna have to help you like hold it, and then that's like the easiest way to pee. And then obviously to use the restroom, like number two, you're gonna have to need to get one of those, like the toilet like support things. I'm gonna like, again, I'm gonna insert the picture of what I'm talking about, so you could use number two. And you always have to be with somebody. Like my husband had to wipe me for like two weeks, no, for like a week, and then I tried like doing it myself because I felt so bad. Like it's like you're gonna need a lot of help and someone that you trust a lot, because they're gonna be seeing everything, girl, everything. Also, I recommend a lot of pillows, because the way I was sleeping is, well, I'm still sleeping because I'm 6 weeks. I forgot to mention that. Like, I'm 6 weeks post-op. I just turned 6 weeks yesterday, so I got my BBL on June 3rd, and then today is the 16th of July. So like 6 weeks and a day. Anyways, so the way I've been sleeping is two pillows, like soft pillows, like on my body, and then another pillow like on my head, like, because I'm sleeping on my stomach, because you can't well, I don't know, I've heard a lot of things. You can sleep on your butt, you cannot sleep on your butt, I don't know. Do whatever. Like for sure ask a lot of questions to your surgeon, because I didn't ask a lot of questions and I had a lot of doubts. And since I went to TJ, it's like no way that I could like go in for like to be seen, like for whatever questions I had. And then I also recommend poise pads, the really huge pads. Those can soak up like a lot. And unfortunately for me, I've been on my period for a long time. Like when I had my surgery, I was just getting off of it, and then a week later or 2 weeks later, I got it again, because I'm like irregular, and I got it again and it was very heavy. So that helped a lot, because you don't want your faja to be stained and having to be washing it like literally every day. I mean, if you want to, then like go for it, but honestly it's hell. But also for your incisions, if you're gonna be traveling, like you need those, because those hold a lot of fluid, and like that you won't be like draining through your faja and stuff. So I recommend those a lot. And then I recommend a fan because you're gonna need one because you're gonna feel dizzy, you're gonna feel, or you're just gonna want air, like you're gonna feel hot. Well, at least I felt hot. And then I'm gonna recommend ibuprofen, stool softener for sure because you don't want to be pushing. Arnica tea, I think you have to start drinking it a week before and then 14 days after. But honestly, as long as like you feel yourself swell up, like drink that tea. Like it's gonna help you a lot. And also compression socks, they give you I think one pair. And honestly, just get the ones that you prefer because I had to get some too. Baby wipes for sure because you don't want like to be wiping with like hard toilet paper or whatever. So I recommend baby wipes. Aquaphor for sure because if you get creases like me, because obviously like the foams that I got, I thought that they were covering my skin from the faja, but at the same time like it was still digging in. I was putting Aquaphor in it and it helped a little bit. It for sure helped it like not get worse, but I still have like, I'm 6 weeks and I still have kind of like crease like up here in the front and then a little bit on the side. And then also get a flexible shower head if you already don't have one, because when you come home you're gonna shower every day obviously, and you can't really like be moving around because you could get dizzy or like stuff like that. And so you can just like detach it and like rinse yourself like everywhere where you need to. And yeah, so those are mainly the things that I need. I heard that people use like those bed pads. I got them too, but I didn't need them because I wasn't really draining. And yeah, so if you want to get that too. Honestly, for clothing, people say like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna take like this for surgery. If you live alone, you don't need any clothing because you're gonna want to be literally with just your faja and that's it. Like maybe cover yourself with a blanket, but like that's it. That's what I did. And honestly, still till now, I'm still just wearing like just a faja because everything else, like it feels uncomfortable and it feels like it's going in my skin, and I don't know, I just feel like hot. But yeah, that's what I recommend. And then so I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of where I went and how it was. So where I went, it's called Baltic Surgery in Tijuana, and they don't act like, okay, so I searched it up and supposedly Baltic is in another place and then your surgery like is in Dreams Hospital. It's a really nice hospital, it's really clean, like everyone's really nice and stuff. And yeah, so I don't know if like they work different or if it's still Baltic surgery, like, and they just have like a section there. I don't really know how that works. So if you have any questions about that, like probably ask when before you do like your appointment. So making the appointment, they ask you if you want to go in for a consultation or if you want to do it like through pictures. And what I did was I sent my pictures, and they do take a little long to answer. They honestly, in total, like it took about 3 days to actually like get them to make me the appointment. Like I was already ready to go, I had my payment ready, like I had everything ready, but I was just waiting on them to like answer and like get everything ready for me. And yeah, and also I asked them for a specific surgeon, right? And what's it called, I still have the messages. So I asked for a specific surgeon because I had asked for that since before booking my appointment, right? But right after like I sent my deposit and everything, like I'm like, oh, will I get more information on what time I have to be there, because like they don't really like tell you much when you're doing your appointment. And then I was like, and also the procedure will be with, because I had watched another YouTuber and she was like, just ask for the power couple, and I asked for them, and then she said we sent an email with the indications. Only the time will be confirmed the week before surgery. And then she also said, at the moment we will be confirming the surgeon until the week before surgery, hon. Since we happen to work with several doctors, since it also depends on their availability and case. You can still check the doctor's work review as well as the before and after of patients. The same day of surgery as well, we can confirm we work with board certified surgeons at a board certified hospital. And when she told me that, like, I had already booked, so there's no way that I was gonna be like, oh wow, like basically argue about it or like switch it, which that was kind of like my mistake, that I should have asked these questions and be sure before like actually like sending in my deposit and stuff, right? Which they did not reach out a week before, and they did not confirm the doctor, and the time they had told me as to be there at 6, and then literally the day before they asked me to be there at 8. So just keep in mind that if you want like a specific time, and or you want like specific answers, like for sure ask way before you make your appointment, because with the results that I'm seeing, which right now these are not my results, right? But from other videos that I've seen, how I look right now, a lot of people don't look like that, right? And everyone's gonna be different, everybody's different, but I asked for a certain shape, which was an upside down heart, right? And for not confirming the surgeon, I still to this day I do not know what surgeon did my surgery, which it could be my mistake, because I didn't ask the questions that I needed to, but everything just happened like super fast. And like 2 or 3 doctors went to talk to me, and I had asked for, obviously I had asked, the power couple is a girl and a guy, like I'm guessing like they're married or something like that. So I was comfortable with a girl doing it, right? And so 2 guys and a girl doctors went to see me separate times that same day before my surgery. And it was one guy that marked me up, which usually the one that marks you up is your surgeon, right? I don't know his name. I really don't know his name. I don't remember. Because I was like super confused, because other doctors had already gone in to see me. And then when I walked in to like the surgery like the operating room, it was pure girls. And one of the nurses was like, oh, good thing is like we're all girls, like you can feel comfortable, this and that, which did make me feel comfortable. But at the end of the day, like I don't know who was my surgeon. The next day a girl doctor went to check on me and tell me like, give me like the discharge papers and tell me like, oh, this is what you need to do, whatever, whatever. And her name was Dr. Michelle. So I don't know who did my surgery. I don't have a name for you guys, but I do have the place where I went, which was Baltic Surgery. And yeah, that was basically like getting the appointment ready. And then oh, also, so my surgery, I guess they took me in like around 3 p.m. and um and I came back like around 8 something. That's what my husband said. And then I woke up around 10, and I was really thirsty, but I remember drinking water, and then I remember I was asleep, but I started throwing up black, and then I just like completely knocked out. And then the next morning, like I want to say like around 4 or 5 in the morning, I woke up and I freaked out because I was laying on my butt, and I was like, wait, I'm not supposed to be laying on my butt. Like, why would they put me this way, right? So I freaked out, and tell me why my dumbass like decides to flip myself over. Like, I don't know how I did it because pain and the drains that I have, because you're gonna have, well, I had two drains on my pelvic area, on both sides, and then one in the middle in the back, which is like right on top of like your butt hole. Um, and yeah, and I don't know if like that was the thing that messed up with my drains or what happened, but yeah, I flipped over like nothing. And honestly, going back home, it was kind of like stressful because I didn't prepare myself, and I was sitting the whole time like through the line, which was like, I think it was like 3 hours in the line, and then 3 more hours um, to get home because of traffic. And yeah, so that's what happened like between the time that I woke up and then like just coming over here. Which at first I didn't feel pain because obviously you're still under anesthesia, but I don't know, a lot of people are different. I hear a lot of people do get a lot of pain when they wake up. I didn't. Um, and then moving on to like recovery and stuff. So every day after your surgery, you have to find someone to inject you or inject yourself. I'm talking about my experience, like going to TJ. I had to inject myself blood thinner so I won't get blood clots, and I believe that that's that's they gave me five, I think. And thankfully my sister, she's a medical assistant, so she did them for me. And also my husband actually did a couple of them, and he doesn't know about any injections, so I'm pretty sure like anyone could do them as long as you're careful. And then so when we got back home, my husband had to shower me. He had to wipe me every time I went to the restroom. I had to wake him up throughout the night because for some reason the first night, like, it's a lot of like going to the restroom, a lot of peeing and stuff. And he actually had to ask for 2 weeks off. So keep that in mind. Like, whoever's gonna take care of you, like, they kind of need to be with you at least for the first 2 weeks, so that you won't be alone and like they could take care of you. Um, he literally cooked for me. He did literally everything for me. Like, he would do laundry and everything. Take care of our baby, which she's gonna be 2, which was kind of a little bit stressful for him. I mean, he always takes care of her, even not in surgery, but I feel like this time around it was like a little bit heavier because like he has to take care of me and her at the same time. And but he said like he didn't mind it, and I appreciate him for that. And I'm very, very thankful to have someone like that. And what else? Also, I have it right here. Like, I have to say this. I already said it, but make sure that your faja is not digging in, even if you have the boards, because it'll still give you a crease, and you don't want that. Like, that shit is painful, especially when you're getting your massages. And then I also put so overall, like, the surgery, it was not painful for me. Probably maybe no, it's because I only felt pain up until I needed to start my massages, which I started my massages 3 days after surgery. A lot of people started the day after. My surgeon recommended 4 days after, but I was just like, I'm just gonna do it the third day, which I think that was good that I did it the third day. The massages were very, very terrible. So I recommend drinking like your stronger medication before those massages, because it's gonna help a lot. You're still gonna feel pain. Like, I'm not even like gonna sugarcoat it. Like, I always looked for videos like, oh, is it painful? Like, when does it stop being painful? Honestly, I feel like every time it's painful. For me, it was very painful. Like, every time I would go to the massages, I would not cry there, but as soon as I would like get in in the truck with my husband, I would cry to him, like, why did I do this, and like all kinds of stuff. They were terrible. And massages, you're going to need 10 of them, because realistically, if you do 5, a lot of people offer like the 5 or the 6. Yeah, that's, I mean, if you're draining a lot in the beginning, like, I guess it'll be helpful, but I think just stick with 10 massages just to be safe, and just keep in mind, like, because I had booked for 5 massages, and then realistically the girl was like, okay, well, and I've done a lot of people, so I recommend 10, and I went up to 10, and then when I did the 10, she recommended 5 more, which I maybe I messed up in not going anymore, but it was very painful, and I felt like I did not want to put myself through that again, because I feel like that's one of the things that I keep saying, like, if I would have known that the massages were very, very painful like that, I don't think I would have done this surgery. Also, try to massage yourself when you're at home, like whenever you can, so that you won't be as stiff by the time you go to your next appointment, so it could be a little bit easier for you. And when you're massaging yourself, like, you know, like, when you have to stop if it's too painful and like stuff like that, because a lot of ladies, like, they don't really care, and like they're kind of rough. So I recommend massaging yourself, and then always make sure all stitches are out, because the massage lady, like, the stitch removal was included in my package, but unfortunately both me and her forgot about the belly button one, and I had to take it out myself, and it had already got stuck on my skin. My husband helped me, and it was just a little bit of more trauma to the actual, like, recovery process. So make sure you get all your stitches out. I got 1, 2, 3 on the top, and then 1, 2, 3 in the bottom, and then 2 under your breasts, and then obviously the ones on your drains, so 2 more. So keep that in mind. A lot of people get 2 under their butt. I didn't have that, so thankfully I didn't have to worry about that. Also, so I did not know this, but the drain in the back, well, all drains are gonna be draining, if, as like they should. If they're not draining, like, for sure ask your surgeon, or like the people that are doing your massages, like, insist that they're not draining, because I left mine in, and unfortunately I was getting seen by my massage lady, but I guess she didn't pay much attention to me not draining as much as I should. And unfortunately I got a seroma. So a seroma can happen because you're not draining enough, or because your faja's not tight enough, or if you keep taking off your faja, or like a lot of things can cause a seroma. So be careful, like, just take care of yourself, drink a lot of water so you can drain a lot. Because the seroma, you have to get poked on, like, the spot so that they could drain it, and it's a needle that goes in your stomach. And unfortunately for me, where my massage lady, we tried 3 days to get rid of that seroma, and even though I did compression and stuff, I guess I was just not guided enough, and so she literally poked me, like, I want to say like 30 times those 3 days. So first I know that she poked me like 15 times, and then the next 2 days it was like 7 times, and then another 8 times, and which it could be traumatizing to your recovery. So please compress yourself, drink a lot of water, even though, like, you feel like you're okay, like, drink a lot of water, drink your arnica tea, and do all of that, because it's painful to fucking get those needles in your stomach. And also, if you're already feeling like your faja is getting too loose, get a second faja, a tighter faja, because at first I was like, oh, like I don't need it, and I didn't count on it like money wise, and I was like, well, I don't want to spend in a faja if I already have this one. But it's like at the end of the day, like you're gonna have to spend on, like, I want to say, so you're gonna have to buy one faja to get out of the surgery room. A lot of places provided, but mine didn't, so I had to buy it. It was 150. And then stage 2, I went into my stage 2 faja at 2 weeks and a half, which my massage lady, she had told me like probably like 2-3 days before, like, oh, you should switch to a smaller faja, the stage 1. And I was like, well, if I'm already gonna switch to my stage 2, I don't want to spend 150 for me to only wear it 2 days and then switch to a stage 2. Which she was like, okay, just compress yourself a little more, like add a towel or whatever. But I think in total you're probably gonna have to buy like 3, because I'm already on the 3rd hook on like the tightest one on my stage 2 faja, and I'm 6 weeks, right? So I have to get another one. And yeah, so I'm gonna look into getting another one. I've been looking for a place where they could do like my measurements, so that I won't have to like go with just one size like throughout my whole body, because that's not realistic, you know. Also, so I had these questions, like I would search up these questions, like when do people feel okay, when do people start going to like grocery store, like, because you're gonna need to be going to grocery stores and stuff, like basically going out for things that are needed. I started going out 4 weeks post-op, and it was a little bit uncomfortable, like you kind of waddle a little bit still, but yeah, like it's an uncomfortable feeling. At 4 weeks I felt that way. um yeah, so now at 6 weeks I have like burning sensation. I have like little sensations where I feel like someone pokes me like very hard or pinches me, and that's like, it makes me anxious, like that feeling. And also like itchy, like an itchy sensation. Like, have in mind that you might experience that, and a lot of people could take it, which I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Like, as long as like you kind of move a little bit, like it'll kind of go away. But just have in mind that you're gonna be going through that, maybe, like, because I've heard a lot of people go through it. Me myself, I experienced it. I never thought I was gonna experience that. Like, I didn't pay much attention to that. And then, so yeah, now at 6 weeks, I'm yesterday when I turned 6 weeks, I actually had my faja up for 12 hours during the day, and then I was trying to just sleep with it. But then today, I took out my faja around, I want to say like 10 or 11 a.m. and then it was around 4:30 p.m. and I felt myself like very, very swollen, and I was like, no, I have to get back on my faja. So just, if you're 6 weeks, I think you are able to get off your faja for 12 hours and then just wear, like basically wear for 12 hours and keep it off for 12 hours. But just monitor your body, like if you feel comfortable, if you feel swollen, like for sure get back into it. Also, right now at 6 weeks. I'm already like trying to sit on my butt, which a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you can sit on your butt 6 weeks or 8 weeks, or like my surgeon said 5 weeks, but I waited 6 weeks. You can't fully sit down, like you can't fully sit normal. I'm kind of like mostly like sitting on my knees almost, because it's uncomfortable if I like sit all the way back. And yeah, I think that's it for like the information that I have. If you guys have any questions, for sure leave them down below. Like I'll answer or I'll make another video. But if you guys have any questions, I am 6 weeks, remember that. I want to show you guys how I look with the faja, because unfortunately I'm still on my monthly, you know. So I still have a pad, so it kind of looks funny, but I'm gonna show you guys how I look with the faja on. And I still have, right now I'm wearing my front board, and then I put a foam in the back because the backboard, it hurts so fucking bad. So I decided to wear a foam to help a little bit, but also have a like compression there. So I'm gonna show you guys how I look right now. Okay, so like I said, it's literally 5:43. So remember I said at 4, like around 4:30, I felt like very swollen, so I feel like I still am. So this is my waist. I have my board and then the foam in the back. I get little rolls because I have to like fix it and stretch on my faja. But this is how it looks in the front, and then this is how it looks on the side and this side, which, remember, I have my foam here, so it looks a little bit funny. And then these are my results from the back, and like this side. So yeah, I do see that I have my hip dip still, which there's really nothing that I can do, especially because I'm not planning on getting another procedure done, like another BBL. Like I am not planning on doing that. So unfortunately, if I do still have hip dips, like in a year and stuff, I will not be like, that's just what it is. Like I'm gonna have to live with that, you know. I did ask to get them filled, but I don't know. Just do your research to who's gonna do your surgery. Do your research on everything. I feel like my video is pretty informative, and if you do have questions, like feel free to ask because I will answer. And yeah, so that was it for today's video. Remember, I am 6 weeks post-op, and I'll just keep you guys updated on probably like at 8 weeks post-op, and then at 2 months, and then probably like 3. But that'll be other videos. So yeah, you guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.